Hey everybody, Long Haul Gypsy here, coming at you from Indianapolis in my home. Just had a couple things I wanted to talk to you guys about regarding situations that may occur when you are out on the road. And also touch base, it kind of links to Travis Kinley's video last week about emotions in trucking and things like that. So hopefully keep this organized and so that it's not completely, messed up as I go through. But yeah, stay tuned and I will be right back with that video for you. So I was saying I got some things I want to talk to you about today regarding possibilities when you're in training or even afterwards when you're just over the road. So first of all, I'd like to say I've enjoyed having a few days at home regardless of circumstances. It's been nice to spend time with my family, my son Michael, his wife, my daughter Melissa, and my granddaughter Marina, so that's been cool. And I've been able to spend some cuddle time with Miss Zoe, who is now taking a nap because she that's what she's doing. She does. So anyway, so definitely want to touch base on emotions in trucking and how they can impact your performance, your safe driving, and things. So as most of you are aware, I've had some really strenuous, stressful situation over the last week, just over a week and a half, with my car and everything. So it's not specifically about that, but sort of the stress level of it. So yeah, I mean, listen, we all go through stresses that we can't do anything about. Things can happen at home that we have no control over and no power over, and we can't just get home in the next few minutes. So we have to make those plans and make sure that in the meantime, when we're driving to our destinations, that we're not overly emotional while we're operating our vehicles, which could end up with tragic results. So, especially with the way this winter has been, for a lot of us, the roads have been treacherous. There's been a lot of shutdown for people that I know that haven't been able to continue safely in the weather situation. So when stuff comes about at home that you have no control over, you just kind of need to push it out of your mind while you're driving, because it can just literally derail you, make your mind go to a place. And as we drive, our minds need to be completely on the operation of our vehicles so that we remain safe. So try to handle that personal business as best you can when you're not driving. And if you can't, you find a place to pull over. I mean, it's just driving is not a place to handle emotional, stressful situations. Make sure that you are, shut down somewhere. If you get a call, best thing to do is just find the first safe place to stop and just deal with it. Don't try to operate your vehicle in a stressful situation. Traffic is stressful enough. So that's what I would advise. Luckily, during this situation, there was a day that I had to handle the legalities of stuff, and Willie was great to drive while I handled that business. Put me in a driving time that I'm not normally driving right now, but I had been well rested, so I managed to drive a different time than normal, just fine. So, I mean, that's also part of trucking. Sometimes you have to rearrange your schedule to drive at a different time of the day or the night than you're used to. And the key to that really is just getting enough rest. So, yeah, so I was able to deal with that kind of stuff before I came home in a way that was maintained my safe operation of the vehicle. So I'm thankful for that. And then, you know, it's been necessary for me to spend a few days at home so that I could deal with that stressful situation without being disconnected from what I'm doing on the road. So I'm thankful for the few days off that I've had. We'll be going back out on the road tomorrow morning. So I'm also happy for that, because the last couple of days has just been about boring me to death. So I enjoy my family, but I also love my job. All that to say also, touching base on what Travis Kinley said in his video about family and emotions. And I really want to reach out to the female drivers, because most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, as females, we're a little more in tune to our feelings and our emotions, and they affect us quite heavily. I've got some friends that have been going through some stressful situations as well. Had video chats with specifically one driving and just so upset and crying while she was driving. And of course, while I definitely care about what's going on in her life, my goal there was to calm her down and, you know, so that she could operate her vehicle safely. I did advise her that when she's that emotional, she just should really shut down. Take care of her emotions. Get through the cry if you have to. Get through the anger. Whatever emotion that is just overtaking you at the moment, just pull over somewhere safe. Take your few minutes to deal with it. Get the tears out. Get the anger out. Give your F's out. Whatever you have to do. Just don't go there while you're driving. I mean, if you get a call and you're upset like that, find your first safe place and just then, you know, stop for a few minutes. Take a few minutes to take that break. It is definitely it's better to lose a little bit of time off your clock to deal with your feels than it is to be so wrapped up in them that you make a mistake that normally you wouldn't make. That could be devastating for someone else's family, for your family, for your career. You just don't want to, you just really can't be driving when you're dealing with heavy stuff. Whether you're sad, angry, whatever, you really should just pull over and deal with it in a way that is safe for you and the other vehicles around you. Honestly, personally, I would rather have to call or send a message to my fleet manager and say, hey, there's a situation that I'm having to deal with, and possibly even reschedule an appointment. Because your job is to operate your vehicle safely and in a way that you will get home safe at some point, other people get to their destination safely, and that the freight gets there safely as well. I feel very confident. I know that Prime safety standards, we are the captain of our own ship, and whether it's weather or some strenuous, you know, moment that you have to deal with, they would rather you just deal with it safely and then continue on. Honestly, so far as I know, the people at Prime, fleet managers, sales, whatever, I don't see that if you have a situation that you're having to deal with on a personal level, I don't see where they would just throw you to the wolves and call it a service failure. I think communication is the key on that one, whether it be for weather or a personal situation that must be dealt with. And quite frankly, your emotions over a situation, if they're out of control and not in check, that has to be dealt with to keep everybody safe. So, deal with your stuff. Absolutely. Don't stuff it, unless you just can for a brief period of time. But for the most part, make sure that you're stopped safely to deal with those emotions and the situations. If things are not in check at home, that causes us undue stress. So best to just deal with it. I can't see where our job would be in jeopardy because we're having to deal with the situation. I know in my situation, as it has been the last week and a half, I've had great feedback from my fleet manager, who is very understanding and has been understanding about my need to be home for a few days. Stuff happens. You have to deal with it so that you can go back to the mindset and go back to doing your job in a safe manner. So that's about that. Also, try to set up a way to handle things through someone else, a family member, spouse, adult child, whoever you have, a friend that you can trust and believe in, that can help deal with some things. If they arise. However, we all know that there are some things that no one else can deal with but you. That was my situation. I was the only one that could deal with the process and the legalities. I don't have someone else to handle that kind of stuff. And so, being upset while you're driving, the bottom line is don't do that. Stop and take care of things so that you can focus on what you need to do otherwise. Anyway, so I know that was kind of all over the place, but miss seeing you guys out there, and I can't wait to get back on the road tomorrow. By the way, don't forget to subscribe, like, and smash that bell so you get notification of content. And I'm going to see how all of this comes out on YouTube. By the way, also in the description below, I'm going to put my new business phone line. So if you have any questions regarding Prime, the process to come on, I know Prime is hiring. We'll also put that phone number to speak to my recruiter, Vanessa Waters, and also my driver code. So I look forward to hearing from you guys about possibly coming to Prime. It's a great company to work for. I stand behind that 100%, especially in light of this situation that I've had this last week. So you guys have a great day. Peace out. Talk at you later.